shadow, it will take 1 week. So you may stay indoors for 5 days to preach one message, because you are not a Bible teacher. You are not a theologian. You are a witness to a generation. Only your mandate can confer such bodies on your heart. You find people loafing around and calling themselves ministers. It's because they don't know their mandate. A man like Abraham cannot afford to be careless around family, because he knows that God have raised him to what? Become a great nation. And he knows the tributary through which that nation can be formed will be through family. What was the mandate of Moses? Get down to Egypt. Tell Pharaoh, let my people go, that they may worship me. Exodus 5 verse 1. Exodus 7 verse 16. Exodus 8 verse 1. Exodus 9 verse 1. Is it that Moses doesn't have any other message? The mandate will determine what you preach. You don't preach because there's so much to say. You preach because your mandate will give you a message for your generation. Have you seen men who truly make impact in life? Billy Graham preached salvation and the cross for more than 68 years of ministry. Bishop David Oyedepo is preaching faith for more than 40 years in ministry. The mandate is what determines the kind of message you preach. I know there are many messages that are appealing, but when you find a mandate, that mandate will become a burden in your spirit. Your life and your communication will communicate that mandate. When you see people who don't have specific direction, they've not found a mandate. So this year they can come and preach something so exciting. Next year they now hear that what is in vogue now is transformation. They will enter transformation message. Next year they hear that what is in vogue now is the prophetic. Daddy has been a prophetic for more than 40 years. And I know even in this conference he taught about the prophetic. That's what, it's a burden. You cannot run from it. When you find people who you can't define them, they've not found the mandate. And they may be very charismatic, they may be very creative, but they are not ministers of God. Because when God puts a mandate on your life, that mandate will shape you. It will become a burden in your spirit. Jeremiah said, his word was in my bone as fire. Even if he didn't want to, that fire won't let him rest. And so everywhere he goes to, the fire pushes him to utter those oracles. When you see people who don't have mandate, they can't affect their generation. Because they cannot create impact enough to change things in the territory. Today they say one thing, tomorrow they say another thing. Today they live one lifestyle, tomorrow they live another lifestyle. There's no mandate. Every minister that satisfies the call has a mandate and he sits on that mandate. You can't go to a ministry and then you don't find what God is saying. God told me to raise sons that can bear his burdens, to raise priests that can advance his will and his kingdom, and to raise kings that can exercise his government and reign in life. Any day you hear my message, a burden must come on you. Even if I'm teaching on prosperity, somewhere, somehow, a burden, I must put something in your spirit that will make you go to seek God. If you hear it, you will assume you have not started. What have I been doing? The idea is to put a burden in your heart to go to seek God. And so even if I'm talking about marriage, it will result in a burden. That mandate becomes a burden. It flows out of you as a message. It flows out of you as a life. If you know this, competition will die. Because you can come here and prophesy, and it will be as if you are prophesying with razor blade. You will not see me come here and try to say, come, your name is Gideon, your name is Martha. It's not in my mandate. But when I talk, you will leave that meeting and you will seek God for the next 3 months. So if somebody is prophesying, I'm excited. I stand up, I clap, I jump up, I'm happy that people have been delivered. But it doesn't take anything from me. In fact, a few years ago when I'm traveling, I travel with my friend who is a prophet. When I'm done teaching, I now give him the mic to prophesy. And when he's done prophesying, everybody will follow him and give him seed. When we go home, we will share it and we'll have a good time. How much is there? We will have a good time. I don't need to wake up and me too, I'll go for meeting. I will now stand and say, who is Nathaniel? Nathaniel. You say, no, my name is Gideon. God is telling me about your wife. I'm not yet married. I'm single. Instead of bringing government and witness, you will now bring reproach to the name of the Lord. Because there's no mandate. You see somebody doing well in his mandate, and then you lose your sleep. You are rolling on the bed. Can you imagine? This man now is raising crutches. I've never seen any crutches. So you now go for a miracle service, urgent miracle service, and you are lifting the crutches, but the person is not yet walking. You want the crutches to appear on camera so that you too, you are a criminal. I'm telling you why men are bringing reproach to the name of God. If God say you are a teacher, sir, somebody can raise the dead. Celebrate God. When you finish, sit down, carry your tools, and begin to open the Bible. When you are done teaching, go home. Because your report card is not with the congregation. Your report card is in heaven. No man can mark it. And men can clap you out of destiny. And men can choose not to clap, but because of your mandate, even though men despise you, you will walk into glory, and the angels will rise up to celebrate your arrival. The name of the Lord is reproached, and ministry have been bastardized because